Monday, 6th of January 2025. First off, Mars sidles into Cancer. Now, I'm not going to pretend that Mars is overly happy in Cancer, because Mars is just fluid, intuitive, instinctive, just action. It's all action. Cancer is calm, nurturing, measured, sort of gentle. So the two really don't go hand in hand. So when it kicks in, and the beginning of all phases, an aspect, a life, like, you know, when you're born, it's just like it's a big event. And when you die, it's a big event. It's the same with everything in life, really. At the beginning and the end of a cycle, it's its most potent. We are at the beginning of the cycle of Mars in Cancerian. So it will probably be quite an emotionally charged week. First week of when a planet moves into a star sign, it'll impact positively or negatively depending what the planet is and what the star sign is. Definitely emotionally charged. So what else is happening? Well, today, 6th of January 2025, you've got Mercury square Neptune. And that's also kind of tricky, because Neptune is illusion. And so when Neptune is square or opposite, it is, life can be an illusion. So communication, contracts, negotiations, everything could have an illusory effect to it. So when Mercury, which is all about contracts and communication and networking and getting together and having ideas and throwing them into the ring, and when it's square Neptune, right? Don't believe everything you see, don't believe everything you hear, quadruple check everything. A lot of illusion when Neptune is square. So when it's with Mercury, which is all about contracts and quite important documentation, you need to either avoid that today or be really detailed in making sure before you put your signature, in my case, a left-handed one, on any document, bloody well make sure you're covered, basically. Because Neptune, the planet of illusion, when he's square and in opposition, and today, Monday the 6th of January, she is. Tuesday, 7th of January 2025, and still quite charged because of Mars in Cancer. It will be calmer because the moon is in Taurus, and the moon is always happy and at its most calm in Taurus. But be wary of getting into emotionally charged situations all this week because of Mars in Cancer. So that aside, it's actually a free will day. And so you should be familiar with free will days by now. In effect, we never really have free will because the planet's up there. It's electromagnetism, astrology, terra firma down here, connected to the firmament or the ethereal realm up there, courtesy of electromagnetism. We are electric, so the energy is constant and we're part of it, but the power lies up there. So yes, we have free will, but only up to a point. But it is a moon in Taurus. It's one of the more stable days because the moon's in Taurus and because we're in Capricorn season. It's kind of cool for Capricorns. You can get a lot done for sure. Taurus and Scorpio, you need to be just calm today. It's still, because it's Capricorn season, we're still in Capricorn. Capricorn is in the ascendancy, but we can all get a lot done today as long as we remain emotionally stable and calm. The 8th of January 2025. So today, quite a relatively big, quite a sizable event. Mercury enters Capricorn for roughly 3 weeks. Mercury in Capricorn is really the 3-week window of the year when, if you have to sign important, serious documentation, if you have to have serious, important negotiations, and these negotiations are spiritually, emotionally, mentally, just anything really, but important fulfillment and conclusion of ongoing negotiations, if you like. Really, this is the window, 3-week window, where with Mercury entering Capricorn, when you can just put a little bow tie, a little bow, not bow tie, a little bow on everything. Finally, fucking deal is being like just going on and on and on for decades and fucking years, or a court case, or whatever it might be. Conclusion to ongoing sagas involving all things documentation, contracts, networking, communication, whatever it is. Use this 3-week window to nail it, complete it, finish it, box it off, and never see it again. It's at its most potent in the first sort of the first 4 days, so it's going to really be in play all week, so I'll probably mention it every day. The whole Mercury and Capricorn gig is powerful. It just allows all of us to finally sit down and go, right, I am sorting this out during this window, and you can start today, Wednesday the 8th, because I'm sick and tired of this ongoing saga. This is the window of the year to nail all outstanding sagas that are doing you nut. We are on Thursday, the 9th of January, 2025, and we have one of my probably my Uranus is my favorite planet, the old maverick, but I have a very soft spot for Chiron. Chiron, which is the planet that sits in between the outer and the inner planets. A very happy, positive, optimistic, important planet, and it's going to become more important. We are going to be hearing more and more and more about Chiron if astrology gets its shit together in the upcoming years. So, Sun square Chiron. Now, when it's square and it's it could be, it's action, but it could be like sort of, it could be too aggressive. So the thing about a square is it is action, and it can be detrimental if you get too aggressive with it. If you utilize the energy of the square, a square is an energy, it's regarded as being malefic, not benefic. Utilize the energy positively and it could be great. Chiron is magnificent in all areas of life, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. This is the essence of you, the sun. You've got a lot of energy, and you could really make great progress in any of those areas in life when the sun is square Chiron, as long as you do it in a measured way, not an aggressive, badly thought out way. Just utilize this sort of square energy in a professional, yes, well measured fashion. You could really make a mark courtesy of the sun, the essence of you, and the great Chiron. Indeed, I bought a book the other day. I'm sure it's from my father, who's up there, who's always sending me to shops because he wants me to pick up a book even though he's not around, because he was an astrologer before me. And it was a book on Egyptian astrology, which is very rare. You don't come across them very often. And in this book, the first planet they wanted to cover in this book, there were 2 female writers, and the first planet they are covering in this book is Chiron. So there's 2 very intelligent women who understand the importance of Chiron. And I've yet to read it, but I'm going to be reading it today. So I will feed back if it's a really interesting take on Chiron or if it's the old school take. I'm looking for someone to understand the power of this little planet. I'll keep you in the loop. It is a Free Will Friday. I like Free Will Fridays. I regard Friday as just the best day of the week. It's when you can just, you're starting to wind down. You're kind of thinking about being, I don't know, just a little bit free, easy, naughty, reckless, decadent, I've earned it type mindset. And so when it's free will, there's nothing really stopping you from absolutely hammering every one of those avenues. Yeah, I'm like that. I'm absolutely going to go for it. I'm just going to go absolutely at it and just see where it ends up. And it could be a shit show or it could be magical, but I'm on it. So it's that kind of Free Will Friday. It's quite energized because we've still got Mars in Cancer, and we're heading towards a full moon. So you must at all times during this week rein in the emotion, keep it measured, just be in control. This is not a week to lose control, not with Mars in Cancer and heading towards a full moon. So don't go over emotional, but absolutely utilize this Free Will Friday. I mean, I honestly think this is going to be quite a mad day because you've actually got the moon in Gemini. Right? It's sort of intellect and emotion, but it's kind of wired. The Gemini moon is just wired and kind of scatty and a bit mad, but it kind of fits with a Free Will Friday. So I think a number of us are just going to have the wildest, most amazing Friday ever. And the rest of us are just going to wake up next morning and think, I cannot believe what I did yesterday. This is, it's another free will day, but we are heading towards an imminent full moon, and we have got Mars in Cancer. So the emotions will be quite heightened today. So I certainly wouldn't be doing anything that requires calm, discipline, a consistent nature. It's quite, like, moon's still in Gemini, so it's still pretty wide. It is similar to yesterday, but kind of more intense. It really is the day to just run with it. Plan nothing. Plan nothing. Wake up and just feel the energy and run with the energy of the day. There are certain days in life, I experience it myself all the time. I wake up and I just think, okay, if I haven't got anything to do, which is extremely rare these days, I have to say, but I'll just wake up and feel the energy. I can't tell you the power of this. To wake up and just be still for a minute. Sometimes we'll wake up happy, sometimes we'll wake up with just different emotions every single day. And it's often not the most unwise decision to roll with the energy of the day if the day is free will and at your behest. Feel it. This is a feel the energy day and run with it day. We have made it to Sunday, the 12th of January 2025. And so, just a reminder, we have Mars in Cancer the first week of. So still quite heightened energy. Day before a full moon, intense energy, like emotional energy. But the moon is in Cancer, and the moon is actually very happy in Cancer. A full moon in Cancer, which will be Monday 13th, is actually, so the moon is happy in Cancer. So it'll be heightened emotion today, but quite nice emotion. You know, you shouldn't be stressed by it. Moon in Cancer is a happy moon. So you should, whatever you feel, try and morph it into kind of positive emotional energy. And we also have something that doesn't come around very often. It's kind of cool. I rather like it. It's Mars trine Neptune. Trine is 120 degrees apart, the two planets, Mars and Neptune, and it's very positive. It's extremely positive. So when you have positive Mars, that's energy. It's like you just wake up and you do a little fandango as you tumble or trundle down the stairs. You do a little pirouette. I can't do one because I've got slippers on, believe it or not. That's a confession I really shouldn't have made. But cool, funky slippers. They're not uncool. And just because my feet were cold. And also, if I did do a pirouette now, I would probably give away my age. So there's a number of reasons why I'm not going to do a pirouette. But it is the kind of day, Sunday, the 12th of January, when you should have a positive spin on it, because Mars energy is very positive today. It's still a little emotional because it's in Cancer, but it's positive energy, and it's Neptune. And Neptune is actually it's all about intuition and money. It's also a money planet, Neptune, just for the record. So anything to do with money and energy today is actually quite positive in a way. So I know it's a Sunday, so you're probably not having to do anything with sort of money and fiscal things and financial things. But if you are, it's actually a very, very good day to deal with such things when you've got energized, powerful Neptunian fiscal energy, which you have at your disposal today. So that's pretty cool. But it's all about the kind of illusions of life. So I always think when Mars and Neptune are together positively, it's the day to dream. It's like, actually, we can make this a reality. Do you know, we actually, it seems unrealistic, it seems impossible, it seems like a dream that will never be fulfilled. But actually, on this day, you could actually lay down a foundation, you could actually set things in motion on this day to fulfill a dream. So if you're in a relationship and the two of you have been thinking, let's just go, it's quite in vogue at the moment, let's go off grid. Come on, fuck it. Let's go off grid. And your partner sitting across the table goes, I am so in. Set it in motion when Mars is trine Neptune. Sunday, the 12th of January 2025 is one such day. If you like my little iterations or ramblings, please follow me, or what's the word, subscribe, and I will see you next week, which commences with a full moon in Cancer. That's a manifestation day for you Cancerians. Your number one day of the year. But we'll come to that Monday next week. For now, au revoir.